back on News Talk 95.1 790 KFYO. I'm Rob Snyder, along with Robert Pratt from Pratt on Texas and Chad Hasty. And Robert, before I had interrupted you, you were kind of going through the steps of the suspect's connection to the business world and his family in Seguin. Well, can you go over that again?
We believe now, and it's a little bit hard to do, but we believe that from a birth announcement in the Seguin Gazette, that his name, he actually went by Reed. That it's one of these families where they hand the name down to many generations. Hollis Alvin Reed, but his name was Hollis Alvin James Reed Daniels, we believe. The birth announcement or another item in the newspaper, in fact, yes, another item in the newspaper found that he went, let's see, was I telling you he went by Reed? Anyway, one of the things that we discovered was that he was arrested. His previous drug arrest had been on the Texas Tech campus. So he was arrested in the Z4P. Okay, the Z4 is the Chitwood, Weymouth, and Coleman complex. So he was arrested in the Z4P parking lot on previously in I believe it was, sorry, I don't, where was it? I had it right in front of me a moment ago. I believe in yes, here it was. This happened on September 23rd, 2016 at 10 o'clock at night, 2200 hours. The entry was written by one Sergeant M. McAllister. This was the arrest in 2016. Quote, an officer arrested a student for possession of marijuana, occurred in the Z4P parking lot. Student was transported to the Lubbock County Jail. The offense report 16-1465. Apparently he had a mugshot also taken in another jurisdiction for a traffic accident. That shows up in the old bustednewspaper.com, believe it or not, and showing his birth date being July 23rd. Of 1987. So that's now yet another mugshot that was not showing in Lubbock media. I'm sending you that link, Mr. Snyder, for KFYO News. He was booked in that. That was just in August. That was in August in Guadalupe County, which of course is his home county of Seguin. So apparently he was arrested. It says speeding 10% above the posted limit. So the question is, why was he actually arrested on that charge? I don't know. You would have to find out what the extenuating circumstances are, but I've just sent you that link. So we're beginning to build a picture of someone who comes from a prominent family, who was given a privileged education, but came to Texas Tech. The older scions of that family had roots, or at one time, in the Lubbock area, and he came to Texas Tech in media, which would be fitting with growing up in the theater area, and not in the theater department though, apparently over in the College of Mass Communications, and has had a trouble with drugs, and then we understand when they went to check on him, he had drugs in his dorm room. This follows a previous arrest at Tech in 2016, so a year ago, just almost exactly a year ago. And then, of course, an arrest and mugshot picture in his home county, Guadalupe County in South Texas, in August, early August this year, so during the summer. So we're beginning to build up a little bit more of a picture. One of the older Hollis Alvin Daniels, who lives in Seguin, 68 years old, most likely a grandfather, if I were guessing, studied at South Plains College, has lived in Seguin, New York, Dallas, Texas, and Austin, but lives in Seguin, and again had studied at South Plains College. So again, a family, a Texas family, big, heavy roots in their community and in the theater industry, and then they have connections to West Texas, and this is where the child ended up. His full name, Hollis Alvin James Reed Daniels, and apparently went by the name Reed, if what we're reading out of Seguin makes sense. So that's pretty much the picture that I have at this point.
and I've done a little bit of searching on social media. And
we know he had an Instagram account, so if you have one of those, check it. I do not, nor am I going to sign up for it.
Yeah, I have found his Instagram account, or at least I believe it is his Instagram account. It looks an awfully lot like him. It is a Texas Tech student.
Right.
Also on his Facebook page, just doing a little bit of digging.
Still a kid there, right? I mean, he's still just kid pictures mostly, right? That's James Reed Daniels.
It is. I would say it looks like to me he's got his privacy settings on there to where you've got to be friends with him to actually see more of the posts that are on there. So.
But this is the site where he shows as the co-manager of the Palace Theater. So we do indeed know that he's tied to that family. It's where he says he's studying in Texas Tech. It is his. A picture set. In fact, the update in 2016 started school at Texas Tech University. Very few other updates, like you said. Probably the privacy pictures. All the pictures tend to be when they were younger. Now, you can begin to look at friends on there, and maybe for news, I won't be around in the morning, but maybe for news, y'all want to look around and see if you can find some folks to talk to. They're all going to get bombarded very quickly. And not just from us. I mean, folks, this isn't us. We're way behind. We don't have 50 researchers at work. CNN and the national networks are researching this person. They're already tweeting out and building a profile.